It's a pleasure to have you as our viewers tonight on the link. We pledge to continue giving you information you can use, especially in your business. Tonight we're discussing the issue of coffee. And you might have heard that Uganda took some action in as far as the International Coffee Organization is concerned, ICO. To shed more light on that and what it implies for farmers and exporters, in the studio, my guest tonight is Miss Doreen Reihangwe, Director, Regulatory Services and Quality at the Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Madam Doreen, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, Uganda, there was a press conference the other day, and some people are saying Uganda pulled out of the ICO. Other people are saying other things. What actually happened?
Thank you very much, Mr. Setumba. Uganda is negotiating the International Coffee Agreement, which was essentially in 2007, but it was to be extended in February this year. Uganda brought its issues to the International Coffee Organization, and the issues were not looked into. So Uganda, that is why it has decided not to sign this extension of the agreement. Yes. So
we're negotiating. What do we want with ICO?
Yes, thank you very much. The International Coffee Organization was formed in 1963 as an intergovernmental organization. It brings together members who are growers of the coffee, producers, and also it has members who are consumers of the coffee. Yes, and Uganda is one of the countries that was a member of the ICO for a long time. But with the deliberations going on every year, there are some issues that we noticed as Uganda. First of all, we saw the tariffs which were levied on value-added products, which enter the markets of the consuming markets. And Uganda right now, we are implementing the National Development Plan 3, and its main thrust is on agro-industrialization. And as you notice, we have been exporting raw coffee or green coffee, but now we are thinking of moving a step and exporting value-added products like roast and ground coffee and also soluble coffee. But with the high tariffs that are there, it may not be very easy for us to penetrate the market. So we brought this to the attention of the ICO. Second issue that is a major issue is our contribution. We contribute annually to the International Coffee Organization in terms of funds. And we have been trying to calculate our benefit in this organization. We have issues as producing countries. We have climate change, we have pests and diseases, we have varieties that are not very productive, we have unproductive soils, and we have been trying to bring this to the table of ICO to see how they can fund some projects to address these challenges. But nothing came forthcoming. Yeah, so there are other issues definitely that are there. So those are the major issues.
Sometimes people get scared, and we need you to assure us. Uganda, the small one, is taking on a global organization. Is that as simple as it looks? That can Uganda take on ICO?
Thank you very much for that observation, and I want to correct you. Uganda is not a small producer. We are the biggest producer
in Africa,
and exporter of coffee. Ethiopia comes second, and globally we are number 7 in producing and exporting coffee. So we are not small, but even if we were small, we should be heard because we live in a transparent world. We should be heard. So we brought these issues because we are members, we subscribe annually, and we give statistics to ICO every month, and we implement anything that they bring to our table. So we should also be heard.
Earlier on you told me that don't think Uganda is alone. So who else has issues? Just for confidence. Eh?
Thank you very much. There are some countries which have notified. There is Guatemala, it's a producing country. There is Paraguay and China. They are not members of the ICO, and they continue to produce and export. Because the coffee market, like any market, is guided or is controlled by demand and supply. Where there is a demand, a product will have to move there and be supplied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we don't agree with ICO, we are okay?
Thank you very much. Some corners have been saying that since we used to issue the ICO form, which is mainly for statistical purposes, that if we withdraw and this certificate of origin is not issued, Uganda's coffee will not move. But I want to assure them, because I'm in charge of quality and regulatory, and I handle exports, and coffee has been moving. We have been guiding the exporters on the certificates to use. There is a certificate of origin which is available with the Uganda National Chamber of Commerce. It is a certificate of origin for Uganda. It can go to any destination, and accompany the goods. We also have other certificates for different destinations, and these are special preferential certificates. These were a result of Uganda's agreement with several countries, and I can name the countries. We have a special preferential treatment with China, and there is a certificate to that. We have special preferential treatment with Morocco, and there is a certificate for that. We have what we call GSP, or Form A, for European-bound exports. We have a COMESA document for all COMESA countries. It's a special preferential treatment for tax waiver. We have the EAC. There is a document if you are exporting within the EAC. So we have documents that can take coffee to all destinations.
Okay.
Thank you.
If I was used to use the ICO certificate, and now I have to go for several, help our exporters understand, is there some expected, even a little encumbrance from adaptation from ICO one certificate to now perhaps several?
Thank you very much. I named several because I was naming according to destination. The coffee goes to one destination at a time. So you use one certificate for that destination. You don't need to use several. We have written to Uganda National Chamber of Commerce informing them about the need for issuance of this certificate, which they've been issuing anyway, but now there will be more need to issue consignments with this certificate. So they are yet to respond to us, but they have received the letter. The other certificates are available at the URA portal. You can log on. We gave all exporters the link. They can go in. The certificates are free of cost. You go in, fill your certificate, take it to URA for stamping and recording, and then you can take your exports. And I was about to ask about the cost, but you said free, which is a welcome idea, that now, even if I've not been paying before, I won't pay, even in the new circumstance. Now, finally, let's say ICO contains and gives us some room on our issues, for instance, tariffs on value-added coffee. What happens? Are we even ready for that? Yes, thank you very much for that. We received a letter from the leader of the EU, the ambassador, and he has showed his willingness to help Uganda and lead them to go and negotiate with the ICO. So we are waiting for what will come out. If it is positive, Uganda will, I think, will not hesitate to come back and sign the agreement. But in terms of the, and I take away the value addition question. So far we have been mostly doing green beans and unprocessed coffee. Now all of a sudden ICO says, okay, we can help you to enter some
some countries which have been putting tariffs. Do you think we are ready to harness that opportunity when the door opens?
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, we have, though we've been exporting majorly green bean, there are some few exports that we've been having of finished products.
Okay.
But the exporters of these products have been always telling us that we should negotiate for them the markets so that they can take bigger consignments. And also I'll inform you and inform the public that the country is looking at establishing a soluble plant in Uganda.
All right.
We are at the stage of feasibility study. With UDB and NPA, we are working on that.
Okay.
And after that, then we'll try to see whether the country will be able to invest in it, or an investor will come when they are ready and they can see the figures that make economic sense. So that will be able to help us leave the jobs here and create value of the coffee here and export a finished product.
In just a few seconds, when you say soluble coffee, Ugandans will be wondering, what is that? Explain, what is this soluble coffee which might be manufactured actually here in Uganda?
Oh, thank you very much. Mr. Presenter, you know that Uganda produces 80% of coffee as Robusta coffee.
Yes.
And Robusta coffee is a major raw product or raw material for making coffee, which most of the Ugandans call Nescafe.
Yes.
The coffee that is completely soluble when you put in water.
You put it in water, it disappears.
It disappears and forms coffee and you drink it. So that is what Uganda wants to start manufacturing in bulk and then exporting.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Madame Doreen Rehangwe, Director, Quality and Regulatory Services at Uganda Coffee Development Authority. So Uganda is a country issue. It's a country position against International Coffee Organization, pushing for the sake of the private sector. You are investing in coffee. Let us look up and hope that good things will come out of this. Some concessions will be made maybe at ICO level so that more value for money might be realized in Uganda being a member of ICO, but also for you who are in coffee, more in terms of value for your investment. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.